Coming up, a mobile command center in Leslie County could soon be a hub for medical supply deliveries during flooding. And we look ahead to changes at Breaks Interstate Park thanks to more than $350,000 in ARC funding.
We've got storms in the forecast, followed by summer-like heat. I've got the latest on any of those storms could be strong and severe coming up as First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
And this is a severe weather alert day as we could see rounds of storms during the next several days. Meteorologist Evan Hatter has more on what to expect. Evan?
That's right, Steve. Round 1 already approaching from the west. Not quite here yet, but we're watching it, and it's on its way as we head later on into the evening hours, and we're keeping a very close eye on it. Mountain Parkway at Slade, you see we're becoming overcast. That's a better sign, but with the sunshine we've seen today, we've been able to warm up. You see Buffalo Mountain here in Perry County, still plenty of sunshine, but those clouds moving on in. Temperatures around the region into the upper 70s to near 80. So we are moist. We've got the atmosphere kind of juicing up for showers and storms. You see around the mountains, well, we're in good shape, but look out to the west. Strong line of thunderstorms from just southwest of the state capitol through the Bardstown area down the Bluegrass Parkway. If you've ever traveled between Lexington and Bardstown that way, they're getting some pretty heavy rain right now. And this whole line of thunderstorms continues to kind of build back to the west. It's kind of growing as we run through the evening hours. You see that as we kind of zoom on out there. That's going to continue to grow as we head over the next little bit. And you see that little swirl in the atmosphere. It's kind of a miniature low pressure, bringing us the chance for more showers and thunderstorms as we run through the remainder of the nighttime hours. So keep that WYMT weather app handy. You open it up, you'll see our forecast as we will continue to see the potential for those scattered storms this evening into the overnight. Of course, it's always useful to have. You can just scan that code with your camera's phone app up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, and that's going to give you the link to where you can download it, because when you download it, you'll have the option to turn on alerts for your specific location, something that could be helpful as we head over the next little bit. I've got the details on where Future View has these storms going coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. A community health day was held today at the Confluence Recreation Area in Leslie County. Multiple health organizations came out along with USA Droneport. As WYMT's Dakota Makris explains, organizers say drones can benefit folks in eastern Kentucky going where a car or boat cannot, over and through a mountain.
The Confluence area of Leslie County is known to flood when our region sees heavy rainfall, leaving people living in the area essentially trapped until floodwaters recede. Now, work is being done so drones can step in, making sure those living in the area can still get the things they need.
We've selected this area because we know there's going to be issues here to work on delivering telehealth by drone and also medication.
Executive Director of USA Droneport, Bart Massey, says his organization and the UK Center of Excellence in Rural Health have worked together for several months on the Community Health Days, both groups partnering in drone research in eastern Kentucky since March 2020, learning more about how people would utilize these services.
We like to get community buy-in, but we also like to find out what they think about it. And some of those questions that they're asking is, how do you feel about drones with telemedicine, and getting feedback on it.
Bringing the next era of medical and emergency services to the mountains. In Leslie County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
Massey says drones can fly around an area with cell phone boosters attached so people in a community can have access to those telehealth services mentioned in Dakota's story. The Breaks Interstate Park is getting, well, a break financially with grant funding to renovate what many call its gateway. A more than $358,000 grant was announced this week, bringing some Appalachian Regional Commission funds in for the Ratliff Hole area renovation. Park Superintendent Austin Bradley says the funds will be used to update restroom facilities, parking, and more to spruce up the first stop on the Kentucky side of the park.
Working to try to develop more in terms of facilities and outdoor recreation opportunities on the Kentucky side. So this funding will be a huge catalyst towards helping us develop more.
Bradley says he's excited for the things to come and believes it's a great investment in the park's plans for progress. We'll have more about those plans coming up tonight at 6. Beautiful area there. Earlier today, community leaders and LKLP representatives gathered for the LKLP Intergenerational Facility ribbon cutting here in Hazard. Perry County's LKLP Early Head Start, and the Compassionate Hearts Adult Daycare are all now under one roof, caring for Perry Countyans from 6 weeks old to 65.
We found that luckily having this large facility to where we could actually move all of our Head Starts that have been spread across the county into one location made it more convenient to have a much larger facility to provide more services to the clientele.
The LKLP Intergenerational Facility also works with expectant mothers. Pregnant women can apply to hold a spot for their child in the LKLP Early Head Start program once the baby is born. Drivers in at least one state are already paying $6 for a gallon of gas, and more states could see the same price at the pumps before the end of the summer. That's according to analysts at J.P. Morgan. Tuesday, the average price for unleaded in California hit $6 a gallon for the first time. Analysts warn $6 or more could be the national average by August. Gas prices have surged due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Experts also point to gasoline inventories in the U.S. sitting at their lowest seasonal levels since 2019, and that can have a big impact on summer travel. First Lady Jill Biden is leaving Washington, D.C. Wednesday for a 6-day tour of Latin America. She's scheduled to visit Ecuador, Panama, and Costa Rica, according to the White House. A statement from the Biden administration says the trip will focus on emphasizing the importance of partnership with the United States, as well as the country's commitment to the democratic process. This visit to Latin America comes just ahead of the Summit of the Americas, which is scheduled to be held next month in Los Angeles. The nationwide baby formula shortage has led to at least 2 children needing to be hospitalized. CBS's Skylar Henry is at the White House with those details, as well as what lawmakers are doing to help the most vulnerable Americans get the formula their children need.
2 children in Memphis went to the hospital after their parents couldn't find the special formula they need as a result of intestinal issues.
We're supporting with IV fluids and with IV nutrition, which is not ideal.
The FDA reached an agreement with Abbott, which makes the specific formula, to reopen its plant. But it could take 2 months for supplies to hit store shelves. In the meantime, House lawmakers are prepared to vote on a bill that would make it easier for low-income families to get baby formula.
WIC recipients utilize formula at a rate double most other people in this country. About 50% of our babies rely on the WIC program for milk.
The legislation would authorize the USDA to waive rules so that WIC recipients could swap one brand of formula for another. They would be exempt from the maximum monthly allowances currently in place.
We're giving them the flexibility, and we want to make that permanent, that they can purchase what is available, safe and available.
Lawmakers are also launching an investigation into how the FDA has handled the oversight responsibilities, especially over the Abbott plant at the center of the formula crisis.
The chips should fall where they may. People have to be accountable, whether it is at FDA or whether it is at Abbott.
The Abbott plant in Sturgis, Michigan was shuttered in February due to bacterial contamination.
Recalls happen, but this company has lied, it's cut corners, it's falsified records to cover up misdoings at the sake of infant health.
Republicans are also criticizing the Biden administration response, saying it should have acted quicker to get more formula on store shelves. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Dr. Robert Califf, the head of the FDA, is scheduled to testify on Capitol Hill tomorrow. U.S. News and World Report has ranked Huntsville, Alabama as the best place to live in the United States. The outlet released its 2022-23 Best Places to Live list on Monday. It ranks the nation's 150 most populous metro areas on factors including quality of life, housing affordability, and the local job market. The list described Huntsville as, quote, consistently among the fastest growing metro areas in Alabama. Colorado Springs, Colorado was listed as the second best metro area to live in the U.S., with Green Bay, Wisconsin coming in third. For the first time in 20 years, the euro is predicted to become equal value to the U.S. dollar. Experts predict the two will hit parity sometime this year, and hedge funds are betting on it. The euro has already slumped to a 5-year low amid market uncertainty and the war in Ukraine inching closer to the dollar, while the dollar continues to be strengthened by interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve. Fewer people around the world are choosing to light up. The new Tobacco Atlas was released Wednesday. It's produced through a partnership between the American Cancer Society and Vital Strategies, a global public health group. It revealed the number of cigarette smokers worldwide is down for the first time ever. About 14 years ago, nearly 23% of people in the world smoked. It's now below 20%. Coming up on First at 4, they are some of the most popular cars on the road, and new research looked at how some SUVs hold up in crash tests.
And I've got the latest on showers and storms moving back into the mountains. The very latest up next.